now, and they're going to start to adjust on the back of it. You see KONFIG back in spawn, looking to move on over, but Cadian, he's done enough for the time being. Smoke over at Moto as well, going to give you this option across into CT, but that's exactly what KONFIG's ready for.
Nice shot from Neo Frag, one more to find, but it's the dualies of Yabi just waiting behind the pillar. Do they want to keep pressing the issue? Now he knows one is close as well. He spotted that. Here it comes. Here's the salvo, but everything misses until the headshots come out and Yabi's recovered.
Yeah, just barely. Thank God for the 30 bullets in the dual Berettas. He does get them out of the way. It's going to leave it all on Dexter. Even though he might have a bit of a path through B, it's this man at the back of the site. Says lying in wait, and he just snipes him out of the round, out of the server. So there's the floor here because the waters are getting choppy as OG starts to close in on this A side of the map. Yabi down in pit. Does have a teammate alongside him. Maybe able to kind of play this trade game. They lose the first man in the site, and this is where you're hoping that Shush can pick up the pieces. One man out of the round, but he is dealt with. Nexa flushes him out of the pit, and with the other two far removed for this.
That crossfire is going to be super strong unless they can get a quick deagle kill. It almost came in. Tess is brought down to 36, but a third player, Cadian, has arrived. A little bit more utility streams out, and that is a beastly nade.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's just a sea of red painted up onto the opponents. Cadian will die after the first, right? Tries to go back for that double dip like he did in top mid earlier. Only this time comes to pay the price.
You don't double dip to chip.
Here's the thing, man. Oh, you don't get further than Cadian, surely. Not with this double setup. KONFIG. There's the flashes going in, hoping that this bare minimum slows it down, but KONFIG was hoping to find some guys running across to the pool, full blinded. Instead, gonna get this push just a little bit later. Tess says good for the first, dropping down now. And KONFIG lying in wait. They don't know about him. The gatekeeper at the back of B, and oh my God, Tess says is the one with the keys. He comes through, does all he can. It's a very, very tight spray battle through the smoke. Shush will just about get out of it alive. And there's the trade back.
This ain't done. Look at the HP.
This is a rough one. 1v3. Cadian out of it. There's the 1 HP player dealt with. Shush is low, so Javi might be feeling the pressure here as he comes up through Banana. Fiku will reposition. Dead silent as he does so. They've got no idea, and he's isolated every one of these fights perfectly. Fiku's on for it. Couple of bullets left, two, and he makes them count. Lovely little tap from Fiku. And that's OG looking to springboard. They've got the info that no one's in top mid, and with so little time left, the moment that contact's made, it feels like the penny is going to drop for Heroic. You just need these players in B to stand their ground. You know, at bare minimum, you want them trading evenly here. Let's see if they can do it. KONFIG once again up on this boost, opens up the round, and now they hear this volley of AKs coming out. It's a lot of damage, and Nexa will oblige them by finishing the job. And a man down, that's going to leave you staring down the barrel of his save. Something that's nice there, though, is that, like, Flames got the info that they are fully off mid, right? Like, last time we saw this default take place and they tried leaning over towards A, they didn't have that info and Heroic just retook it. So now, they know these rotates are going to be a little later. This B play can be that much more explosive because there's only one more man inside of the site. Tess says, up close, only good for one. And so now B falls into the hands of OG. They've overran the site, and Heroic are left rotating in, scrambling some nades to try and deny that plant. They will put a stop to it. That's pretty juicy. Cadian moving in. Want to offer up the trade, and oh my God, Blinken, you've missed it. It's an 8-7 half Heroic. They are able to recover. Always scary to run into. There's that little jiggle from KONFIG. He thinks he's seen all there is to see over here in mid, but there's so much more out there, KONFIG. Oh, man. All right, now you've seen a second, but that's still feeling par for the course. Nothing's screaming that this is a stack, but there's the bomb tumbling away. Oh, from Heroic. Neo Frag is finally able to get that last bullet in. And so now, really, it's a bit of a cooked round for Heroic. Not really much could happen past that point. And for Yabi coming in at the end, they are going to give him a couple of 1v1s here, but now they can just tuck. They've got a flank coming in up through Banana. It's all under control as OG short wrap in through the apartments. Just kind of admit that you don't have the resources to clear this damn corner again, and Flames is sat in it. Instead, this time they decide to fix it by running at him and really deep checking the bait and switch. Tess says with that AK, one of the two hero guns has kick-started this round for Heroic, but next is ready to shut it all down in the pit. He's good for 2.5. Yabi now very injured, very wounded. The bomb's away from him over at Moto as well. And OG, they can play around the pickup instead. They swing him together. You can kind of hear what's going on, but he does have to deal with it. And that's an entirely different matter. There's the first, but they start to pressure him now. He does well under the pressure. 2 in the round, that's more than enough to have, kept OG interested in this one. And the bomb is committing to the B side of the map. Thank goodness Shush wins that. But the bomb's still taken away. And Cadian, he was over towards the A side of the map. He was on a bit of a solo journey there. It leaves. They're hoping that on the back of a boost up, they can find a way in. They can find that golden ticket, roll out the red carpet and move in. But it's not going to be easy. No fight's been given over. They've got to, oh, that's brutal. Oh, that's brutal. It spreads at the last minute, and Cadian, he thought he was safe, but he was anything but. In at the back of the site, KONFIG and Yabi go on a tear. And so they do recover that one for Heroic. Cadian gets burnt out, but everyone else was able to stand the test of time. And so double digits locked in. Heroic. Flames has fallen back over towards Arch. Once again, kind of conceding this long angle, and that's problematic if this is what it's looking like, just the apps pop, right? Flash is going out, and only 2 players in the site to defend it. Dexter doesn't seem to think that's a problem, though, and neither does Dexter, as the 2 of them put on a show. That apps pop gets absolutely bodied. Rent's way past due, and Cadian, no way back into this. Surely he's flagged up through the banana, and OG, they pick up. Lob this util in, and it has displaced Fiku, sending him back into CT. He tries his hand at the angle. The KONFIG's already there. A man down now, and Frag doing what he can to reclaim these numbers, but still, a lot of this is going to fall to Dexter on the wrap round, right? He committed to this big flank all the way through top middle. He's got to get something from it. It is being held, it is being considered, and Shush puts it to rest before Dexter even has too much of a chance to play the round. This one looking like it's going to shape up nicely for Heroic after all. It's being made. Yabi, that Molly's going to force a peek, force the fight, and Neo Frag tries to stay in the Molly and just fight to his death. And they never give him the fights, they never give him the peak he was waiting for. Here's that mid component. Tessez up through short, is churned up. Yabi's mid-air with the Mac-10 and taking heads off. They don't know about Flames in at the back of the site, but now they've seen him. They've got to deal with him, they've got to flush him out. The rest of the gang is a very long way away. Cadian's here fighting with the bomb alone, waiting for them to come up catwalk and bail him out, but his first teammate's dead. Oh, a missed shot from that AWP. Flames at the bench. Spawn. Heroic, they have players in CT, but the bomb out in no man's land now. This drop down herd inside of B. This is not the saving graces that Heroic thought it was. That bomb was coming back towards the B side of the map.
Now it's coming back towards A. Cadian's like, nope.
This is a really weird spot. Like, even OG don't really have a grasp over what's happening here.
KONFIG's got to have a big round if Heroic want to get back into this.
This is one of the swing fights, one of the swing moments. KONFIG delivers the first. Second man into the guns, into the maws of KONFIG. CT on lockdown, and that's given a route to this plant. OG kind of left high and dry on this one. This Force Spy's got legs on it. Cadian in window. Such a pivotal position for him to try and lock down, and with KONFIG backing him up, it's a terrifying duo to run into. You've got no way to rotate players over. Everyone that's tried has been shut out, and they know that Fiku's locked inside of the A site. That shot misses, sailing just past his head. But the bomb's already home free, away into that B bomb site. The plant's gonna come in, and Fiku, this is more like a combat save right now. Not gonna happen. They were looking good, and then this was just kind of capitulated once they moved on to that T side of things.
And this was the question. The game plan on Inferno for OG was great. Could they have it on their opponent's map pick? And the answer is no, my God. Tessis is gonna get another. Nexa switched over.
Ramp.
Yeah, still ramp, but they're gonna get called back pretty quickly. Neofrag will be here with some swiftness. Aggressive towards top of A ramp. Fiku peering down with the op. There's the footsteps from KONFIG. Great find. Great find. Now there's a chance, an opportunity. Oh. And KONFIG's opened it up.
Over the top of the stairs, Neofrag's knocked him out. There's just enough time left for this plant. But Tess says is run at, and Neofrag gets the...
KONFIG is committed. Shush. All down to timing. If he's caught out in the open, he's going to go down, taking a few pop shots. Not able to connect anything, but KONFIG's lying in wait. He connects with 3! Oh, they walk right into his crosshair. Magnificence, and oh my lord, OG, that one hurts.
That's just brutal. OG did the aiming for him. They were just in a perfect line. KONFIG, that is a gnarly way to have opened up this pistol. And now Heroic have just got to finish the job. They've just got to finish what KONFIG started. Flames and Nexa with kills apiece. No way! They can't turn it around. Nexa just going to try and play the time, but Shush is low. It's tempting to fight this. Wants to try and find him on the cross out in the open, but every one of these jiggles is a chance to give up the fight. Nexa will take him down, and it's a 2v4 turnaround out of OG.
That is a crazy recovery. KONFIG delivers something special here. This is
out here on Mirage, hasn't he? Now for OG, like, you didn't really like what you saw over at A. You don't have any more resources on that side of the map, so you're all into this B play, but ready and raring to go are Heroic. A dig from Yabi, and just Dexter left. He's dropped into B, fighting tooth and nail for some control over the site, but everyone's throwing themselves at him. And that might be a decision they come to regret. The Molly's gonna displace him all over again. He's so low on health. One bullet would do it. Oh, no. One bullet would have done it, but he's knocked Shush out. KONFIG 1v1, waiting back at market, very, very slow on the approach. Right now, Dexter's convinced he's an apps flank, convinced that he's in the back line. We'll decide to plant this for sure. A little less vulnerable, but out through market now. KONFIG made it through the window. And
5-on-4 and still positioned in middle to cover this. You can actually play this position if you're Shush. You see the Molotov, not that well covered. Dexter with 3. The ult delivers immediately in his hands. Position of 2 players known. Deagle underneath the window, op at top middle. It's the rifles they're unsure of.
They're about to pincer this. Neo frag, sure, he's going to get traded after that one. But there's that backstab coming down the pipeline. Yeah, pretty light on everything, Heroic here. You know, the utility is basically already all gone, and so they need the results in these fights. They spring out into middle. Oh, this is a lovely aggro play, and they've got the bomb. They've uncovered that in top mid. They're going to leave one man on it. Tessez trying to get away from Neo Frag. Oh, manage it, but his teammate was able to get into position in time to trade that out. This is dire for OG. They don't have that bomb control. They don't even know about Yabi, by the way, who's like in the apartments, shooting them in the back, and so it is just left to Fiku. 1 versus 4, out on an island, and now spotted back in CT. Heroic, this is one that should be as good as done, and there is the win.
This is gonna be fun.
Already, just an immediate fight outside of B. Okay, well, it will be Heroic kind of edging out over that one. Looking to move into this B site now, 4 versus 3. I don't know if that was the intention at the start of this pistol, but hell, when you get 2 kills like that, you kind of want to take the space. Instead, they're looking like they want to run this into Temple, and this now gives them options. They could look to move through mid, they could get Dark, Fiku playing around default. They're getting closer with each passing second, and Tessez will overwhelm him. They're able to keep it in the advantage of OG, but that plant is coming in.
And the execute smokes keep the CTs at bay as well. Tessez almost goes down through the smoke. He's gonna sit right at the plant spot. 4 HP as he tries to sneak back in towards Dark. They're gonna be doubled up here. Tough position to be in. Moves back to give Shush some space to work with. He wants 1 kill before he goes down.
Up close, it's in with that swing. Dexter finds him. Shush, this bomb's planted for him. He sat pretty down in Dark, trying to play around it. Neo Frag, first to swing. First man out of the round as well. But there's Nexa with the trade. Flames. Kind of missing these timings. Will eventually catch on. These guys have made it out through B main, but only good for 1 kill. And now the plant out of Dark. Neo Frag could put a stop to this, and he just about does. By hiding, he's won the round. Beautiful scenes there. Tessez caught. There was maybe half a second left on. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It felt like Heroic was super fearful about CT there, right? It surprises me that they didn't plant for Temple, given that's the real estate they have. Dexter wins this ult fight over towards B main. Fiku tagged up, but Flames is here to help him out, and they want to fight for this control. This kill's from lower dark. KONFIG getting stuck in, but it's cancelled out. Dexter, despite
that dark is the leverage. Oh, hold the thought. Neofrag dinked. He's going to have to back away. He knows the challenge is coming. Does great damage. Gets the kill. Completes it with the fire. And Yabi now moving in, but Flames has given away his position, and that's an easy kill. Smoke towards Temple. Molotov towards Dark to prevent the flank because KONFIG is so far out of the action.
Yeah, it might not look like KONFIG's super involved, but he has a route to get towards Dark. And from there, he can look to harass players as they try to cross onto the bomb. Nexa wrapping through B long, will not have an angle to Yabi, who has been spotted by Dexter's AWP. Knocked him out of the round, and now it is left on to KONFIG. While he can watch the cross, he does have to swing to stop a defuse, and he'll come early. KONFIG with one, now spots Nexa back at main. That molly forces him back. He's got one shot to catch him crossing, and he makes it look easy.
Absolutely brilliant. I mean, a perfect timing. With Nexa flanking and Dexter finding that kill and
try it again here.
Heroic have had, like, I think one round of, like, mid-round creeping success slowly with Cadian leading the way early on in the half, but that was against niko. Oh, ooh, the swat drop into canals. Neofrag traded immediately. Yabi's cracked open B, but the bomb was dropped deep in canals. So it's going to take a little bit of time and give Flames an opportunity, but a good double peek. And that should be the final round of the first half, sealed in the favor of Heroic. It's a 3 in Cadian. And a tough retake in store for Heroic's defense.
Oh, Cadian, you cheeky devil. He gets in deep, and Dexter had no idea. He spotted Fiku running away, and so Cadian knew that one was a freebie. Can he convert the next? Fiku down in dark, taps KONFIG out of the round, but cannot stick the landing.
B main, but it's just now faded.
Oh, yeah, Tessez is just going to make it back onto Glyph. Out on platform as the molly forces a wider swing. Dexter dispatches of them both inside of the B-hold. And there is this reply, at least, from the fast flank of Shush. He could have got dropped on in middle, but instead, Nexa's elected for a big old flank here. Just to safeguard the round, really. You can plant this bomb for CT now and have very few worries about Shush coming up with a clutch in this 1v3. He's swinging it wide, and there's Nexa to get the better of him. OG trying to forge that difference. It's a super tight angle, and this is like the one point on the map where those don't work too well. Ooh, Tessez trying to fight for this dark control, and with Yabi here to back him up, you needed Dexter to connect that trade. That would have been your way in. Oh, and he will get it. Better late than never. KONFIG, things are heating up for him now as he's trapped in at the platform, dancing around, but another shot sails past them. Nothing connects yet. Finally, he nails it. Nexa is gone, and Fiku left waiting back at B main. 2 AWPs to contend with on these long angles. 45 seconds left to play with, and the whole world against him.
And 2 ops, where he knows they're holding him.
Oh man, he's done damage to both. He's tickled them down, but can't find the kill. And there's that killing blow into in that first half.
Oh, those are some cool flashbangs to activate some aggression. Tessez and Shush able to just maintain control of Ruins. They've got a deep angle with a fast flank. KONFIG now, similar position to Dexter early on. Flashbang comes out almost with a quick shot. He's gonna stay and challenge. Flames goes down, and KONFIG wants more.
He's sat pretty on the bomb. He's got a teammate with him as well. KONFIG, he can feel that this round is teed up. If they can just hold the fort here, they can just hold the line. And this one, this 15th round is theirs for the taking. Footsteps. You're not going to bait that AWP shot out. And there's that second player getting activated. A beautiful little sequence from KONFIG's AWP.
He can stay perched there. He's just fine. Oh, and KONFIG can't get it done. What a shot from Neofrag. Middle of the map exposed.
And I mean, there's so many options for OG here and now. Heroic just have to stick to their guns and hope that someone can win one of these fights to turn this round back in their favor. Shush getting overran, the A site's compromised, and Cadian left on this push out of dark into the anyone getting aggro in mid-window, getting that spot.
The timing's perfect though. Heroic once again got aggressive out towards Ruins, but now here comes the hit. Good flashbang, and there's no defense here to hold on. What a shot from Flames.
Yabi's gonna try and fill the void, try to regain some semblance of control, but he's burnt out by the Molotovs. Just a ring of fire raining down over the top of the heavens, down into the depths of hell. Tess says, first man to arrive to this crime scene, and it's a bloody massacre. Everyone else is gone. Cadian's now moving in to join it. That nade could have found the kill, but it lands a little shallow. And with each passing second, Heroic is starting to dawn on them. This one's out of their hands. It's overtime. OG managed to... Waits back in middle, right? That could be a bit of a swing fight here, as he has a chance to cut down these rotates all across the map. Heroic, they're holding every one of these avenues in for the retake. This is going to come down to just a series of like 1v1s taking place all across the map. Shush with the first and the second. There's the A main component dealt with. Now you've just got to look ahead. You've just got to worry about what's in front of you. It's this hairpin rotate, and it's cut down. It's dealt with. OG have flushed out. The backstabs in from Cadian, and that is a very put-together round there from Heroic.
Yeah, that's beautifully recovered. A 4v5 and Heroic's initial play.
Instead, you've got to keep scrapping. You've got to keep fighting for this. KONFIG. Oh, will they check for this? They're looking right at him, and Nexa will. Flushes him out from the close angle, and while that happened, Cadian also died trying to get involved over here at B. Dexter putting on a show wherever this AWP ends up. As long as it's in his hands, you're feeling pretty safe. Dexter even tried his hand at the fourth. Finally shut out of it, but he's done what he had to in this round. It's just one man against it all now.
Flames clear. Shush pushes in. Finds one in Temple around the edge of the smoke, but shut down afterwards. 19-18.
Once more, a return to this slow, passive start. They're not looking to give over any fights early. They're not the ones feeling the pressure right now. OG are very, very measured as they set up outside of B. They find that opening. Fiku with the double. This could be the great undoing. They've only had 2 opportunities, but they only needed 1 to close this out. A 4v2 with the bomb down in B. This one's got an OG upset written all over it.
Put it in ink. Yabi's got no chance. So many targets, and he can't even get the first one. Dexter, who else? Closing it out, and OG have caused the upset.